this might be like the coolest quarantine kit of all time. Just saying. What's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Just in case you guys are wondering, there are some shoes in here, so we're gonna talk about that. But the good folks over at Converse, they actually sent over a giant package. Look at that. So this is probably the only thing you need while in quarantine. A hoop. Well, actually, a hoop and a ball. And Converse actually supplied both of those things. It's got a breakaway rim. Isn't that sick? That is legit. So we're gonna set that up, even though we got a basketball hoop outside and everything, but this is cool for inside. They got a little pump with a little holder, everything. This is dope, dude. This is cool. So yeah, when you're on quarantine, man, you still need to get quarantine buckets. And this is one way to go. And then the second thing is that you can't play basketball by yourself. Got some music, man. This is cool. This is a thoughtful thing from Converse, which I think is nice, and nice timing and all of that. And then last but not least, we've got these bad boys right here. Look at these. Those are kind of cool. Yeah, they're the shoes, man. This is a Converse G4 Low. Now, first things first, we already do have a review on these on the channel here. It's actually on the G4 High. Those were done by Jalik, and Jalik is a great dude. He's part of the team. He's actually been around for quite a while, but what he's done usually is he's done just the riding reviews. So like he'll test out his own basketball shoes, and then he'll give performance reviews on the website. And just recently, he's been dabbling in the videos, which is awesome because he normally will review shoes that I don't. Not that I don't want to, it's just that there's only one of me, and it's really taxing on your body because I don't fake the funk. So Jalik will be reviewing the highs, and I'll be reviewing the lows, obviously, whenever this lockdown and quarantine thing gets lifted. But I did want to give my thoughts on these just because I did get a pair in. So that being said, let's talk about them, shall we? The first thing is the traction. The traction was not impressive looking, at least in Jalik's video. I thought it was very weird. It's a little bit better looking in person. I think that the pattern itself, like the outsole itself, looks very much outdoor friendly. It's a lot of rubber. There's not a bunch of rubber removed, even though there technically is because it's etched in there. But what there is there's layers of rubber. So when you burn through one section, there's another section right behind it, which we don't see very often anymore. We've seen that on a few shoes throughout the years that we've been here on YouTube, but it's not commonplace anymore or anything like that. But I do think that it's interesting because when I had these on just in the house, like on the hardwood floor or whatever, like it actually was gripping pretty good. So I'm definitely curious, like, is this going to work on an actual court, like a 24 or whatever, a Lifetime? And also there's a little thing, but that little blue guy right there says Converse. It's the React foam, which I think is a little cool touch because this reminds me of when Converse was not part of Nike, which it is now. Converse was purchased by Nike a while ago. Nike has owned Converse for, I mean, it's been like 10 years or more.
Wow.
Yeah, but this just reminds me of the old React Juice days where you would be able to see the React Juice on the bottom of the shoe. It was a super cool feature. It wasn't a long-lasting cushion source, and I would like to see it back just because. We'll see if that ever happens, but I do like that it's on there, that little thing, and it's actually the React foam because this shoe right here uses Nike tech through and through, which I don't know if I like because at this point it's like, well, why don't I just buy a Nike if I want Nike tech? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
Jordan Brand and Nike do that to each other though.
But that's how the brand started.
I know, but I'm just saying, so why not?
But that's how the brand started, so it's not different. My thing is that this is a different brand, technically, even though not really. And so my whole thing is, why don't you R&D your own stuff, you innovate instead of taking from what's already existing over at your parent company. I just think that that's very weird. Again, I grew up where Converse was a brand by itself, and then it was purchased by Nike, so I'm used to seeing Converse as Converse, not Converse owned by Nike. It'd be like seeing like Reebok by Nike. I'd be like, what? You know, like if Reebok got bought by Nike.
I see your point.
You know, just strange. However, there is Nike tech in here and it does feel good, so I'll give it that. As Jalik pointed out in his review of the shoe, the heel React is just a puck. So it's like a circle and stuff like that. Right underneath the heel, the crash zone, and it does go through the entire midsole because obviously it's visible throughout. So it's a full length or full depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, full depth puck, but it's not a full length React midsole or anything. The Phylon is Phylon. It's not React carrier with zoom in it and all that stuff. But there is zoom in the shoe. It's in the forefoot. It's a standard zoom air unit, so it's exactly what you would see in an Air Jordan 13 in the forefoot, an Air Jordan 14, at least the retros. In the KD 13s, that's what's in there. It's not a weird oval like what they show on the bottom of the shoe and stuff. It's an actual like standardized air unit under there and all that stuff. And they do feel good underfoot, or under your foot, on foot, whatever. It feels good when you put it on. That's what she said. I jumped the gun a little bit. I jumped the gun a little bit on that's what she said. But it's all good, man. It's all good. But speaking of putting them on, they do fit a little bit long, like a lot of Converses. They do have a contoured shape of the rear section of the shoe is very weird. It reminds me of the Adidas Marquee Boost. Remember that? Like with that like really heavy molded collar and stuff. They even had it on the lows, so it made it kind of like even though the shoe's a little bit long, it pushed your foot forward, you know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what this top pillowy section does, even though your foot actually sits under and behind it. So it's a little bit of a weird feeling. I think that once laced up, they should be okay, but what I would recommend if you like a nice snug fit is to go down half a size. Otherwise, going true to size should be good to go. If you're a wide footer, I would go true to size as well. The upper is very interesting. It's a direct throwback to Converse lineage, or heritage, I should say, where it's a canvas upper, which is pretty cool. It's not a direct like Converse Chuck Taylor type canvas and stuff. It doesn't feel like that. It almost looks like a re-engineered Cordura mesh upper, something that you would see on the Air Jordan 11, but much tighter and everything like that. So I think that's really kind of cool because it plays on, again, Converse's heritage. Would like to see a little bit more of that. Like to see some React juice instead of React foam. So yeah, that would be my sizing recommendation. And again, the materials I like. I think that they suit the brand well for what they are, at least at the moment. I would like to have seen some premium materials instead of everything synthetic, because the rest of the overlays are fused material, like a TPU, heat welded type of material. This back right here, it really reminds me of 2011.
Why so?
That's right around when they started really with the hyperfuse, and this was how they were showcasing the different layers within the uppers. And so they're like, instead of having all of these materials that we would then sew and glue together, instead we put all these materials together and then we heat press it, and that's how they bond. Less waste, less glue, and so it was a little bit better for the environment in a certain way. It's just what this little panel right there reminds me of. The colorway though, the colorway is very late 80s, early 90s. Like these remind me of some like NC Hammer pants, and I kind of dig it. The tongue material, I like it. Reminds me of Nike's Torch material that we used to see that on, you know, Kobe's and stuff like that. It's not quite like Torch, it's basically just a foam. It's not a compression foam. The Torch was a compression foam, but it was webbed, that hexagonal shape and all that stuff. This is just foam with some perforations in it and all that stuff, but it does remind me of that. It doesn't feel like that or anything when it's on foot, but still looks cool, feels good. I actually don't know the pricing of these. Maybe I should look that up real quick. So the highs are gonna be 120 and these are gonna be 110. That's not too bad when you think about the tech that's in there. It's so weird what a brand logo will do for a price point, because it's essentially the same stuff. It's just the skin is different.
The skin is different?
Yeah, like if you change its shade, like it goes from Converse to you slap a Nike skin on there, all of a sudden everybody's like, oh, but it looks cool now, this is Nike. And you remove that little sticker, that swoosh, and it showcases this underneath it, and people are like, no, that's whack. That looks like a Payless shoe. And you put the Nike sticker or the skin back on there, and everybody's like, okay, I like that. What? It's the same product. This is a Nike with a Chevron logo on it.
And a star.
Yes, but it's all the same thing.
Can't forget the star.
It's all the same thing. My shirt.
Thank you.
I haven't seen that in a minute.
Do you know anything about, is this the fourth version of the shoe? Like, what's the
G4 stand for?
Yes.
I don't know much about the name. All I know is that this was kind of like a play on the ERX,
okay,
which is like an original model, an original basketball shoe. So this is kind of like a revamp of that. I don't know what the G and the 4 means or anything like that.
Because I was just thinking that if they ever get to a G6 version, they should definitely use that one song.
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's maybe Draymond.
Okay.
Because Draymond Green, he's at the 4 spot. I don't know. That's just me wondering.
Okay.
I'm probably wrong, so I have no idea. Being that this is Draymond's shoe though.
Yes.
And you're a Warrior fan, do you feel out of all of the Dubs main guys, the Steph, the Curry, or
Steph, the Curry?
Hey, that's basically the main guys. But no, the Steph, the Clay, the Draymond, now they all have a shoe.
Good for them.
But do you feel like that Draymond should have a shoe? I mean, not that he shouldn't, but like of all the guys, when you're watching them on the court playing, you'd be like, you know what, man? I would love to have a Draymond shoe.
No, he's not like first in my thoughts there or anything.
That's what I was wondering. Because I do think that it's weird.
I think that's weird but I guess they don't really do that anymore, that they didn't have it be debuted in like Warriors colors.
They very rarely, if ever now,
but especially because these are so loud, so it's not like they're trying to get a lot of people.
Well, it's almost ironic too, because this colorway in particular of the shoe was debuted on court, off court.
Yeah, he's like in a suit, I think. think.
Yeah, because I think he was like injured or something.
Yeah.
An unfortunate circumstance for Converse. They're kind of working with what they got, which might be how they got Draymond in the first place.
That's a lot of the guys though right now. Like KD's new shoe just came out. He's not going to be out there wearing them.
Yes, Clay.
Yes.
Steph.
Yes. Like.
Yo, that's crazy.
That should have been our light bulb moment to how 2020 was going to go down.
No, actually, when Kobe's helicopter went down.
No, I know, but
No,
even...
but I know that. I'm just saying, though, when that went down, I was like, this year's going to suck. And it has not gotten better.
You just took this
I
to
know.
really dark.
I know. No, I'm sorry, but that's how I felt, though. 2020 is going to be something, man. For all we know, locusts are about to go fly overhead and
Well, it's about to be mosquito season, so that's how I feel anyways.
I just think it's really wild. But back to the shoes, though, because that was a little too deep. Do you like the way that these look, or no?
No.
No?
These are not my thing. This rubber
Is a lot.
is insane. Like, I am very interested to see how you and Jalik enjoy the cushioning, because this just feels like a really...
Luckily for the shoe, the cushion is directly underfoot.
Okay.
So that's what you feel, at least for right now. It could be a little slappy, especially the forefoot, because it's kind of cupped and all that stuff. So when you go into that stride, it could be like that. One thing that I'll give it though is that they don't make shoes like this anymore with that much rubber. So I do like seeing that, because this could be a viable, especially at 110, on-court option where you're not reducing yourself to buying a budget shoe like a Kyrie Flytrap with a little teeny tiny fucking little,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you're actually getting cushion, and the price point isn't too far off of those budget models that tend to be outdoor friendly. So I think that that's a cool thing where you're getting all the cushion that you probably want, plus the durability within the rubber, all within a price point that's not too bad. And you know that these aren't going to sell right away, especially right now. These things will probably get put on clearance, not clearance, but like on sale, like markdown.
Yes.
Rather quickly. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. Let us know what you think about these down below in the comment section. Are you f***ing with these? Are you not? Is 110 like an enticing thing? You'd be like, well, for 110, I'll try it. You know, at the same time, you're not really trying anything different, because it's just a Nike shoe with a chevron on it. So you
And
already,
the star.
and the star. So you already know what you're getting for your money, which I think is actually quite good. So yeah, that pretty much takes care of it. Anything else?
Nope.
Until next time, guys, have a good one.